Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2026 GD World Tournament Final Qualifiers, or Open Qualifiers round. Again, this time we have Argentina, Guatemala, Colombia, and then a fusion of Uruguay and Bolivia. So those are teams that will be playing. Same level as we did earlier, still chill putty. But yeah, I'm going to ask all the players to go to the level select screen, and we are just about to get started with our match, and then we will deafen all of the players. Just be sure not to deafen yourself. Go to the level. Yep. Like main menu. All right, I'm going to ask everybody to refresh their level. I think XQ, did you do that?
Let's see, can you refresh just to make sure?
No. In the level. Yes. All right.
Okay, great.
We will be beginning the match on my countdown. When I say go, not when I say one, when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we have begun the match, and we will begin our 15 minutes here that we have for this level. Chill putty, very sort of skill based. I'll give you an overview of all the teams. Argentina is entering here as one of the better teams, like statistically, in this round. So you'll see what comes up of that. We could see that Apu and Gian, I believe, are both like the furthest in, but we could see both the Colombian players are as well. XQ and Xenon, you see XQ get some points on the board. Seem to see any of the points registering yet. But maybe I just need to do this. That fix it?
Hopefully that kicks in. No, they're still at 0.
They are. Ooh, I think I know. I think I know what it is. We'll see. If this is it, then.
While you handle that, I want to call attention to Apu here, player for Argentina. Currently, our first ending attempt of this match. We'll see if Apu's able to pick up this completion. Would be huge for Argentina.
Oh, I see why. It's just because I put it here. Yep. Okay, that's great on me.
Final click is done. Completion for Apu. And I was about to mention Xenon in the 40s as well as XQ, but they both go down. One thing I do want to mention, in case you missed the stream earlier today, the score to beat for these teams currently, if you want to be first, at least as of right now, 3,052 from... why am I forgetting the country? Who's first right now? It'll come to me later. But the score to beat is just over 3,000 points. You can see, well, Argentina currently on decent pace to do so. No one's too far as of right now. Everyone's got some points on the board. 76-point gap between Argentina and Colombia. We'll see how things are able to shake up. One thing I did actually find that was interesting, because I did watch back the streams from earlier today, even though I couldn't make them, was a lot of the teams seem to have like they had one player kind of like carrying, and then like the other player was like further behind. So it felt like, yeah, I want to see if that carries out for like,
that carries to this region. We could see like right now Colombia has like probably the most balanced so far, with both of their players having like relatively similar scores, and often, you know, those balanced performances do tend to help teams go on like pretty deep runs.
Yeah. Guatemala is similar stories right now, but I do want to.
What about Xenon here? Yeah, Xenon here, the captain of the Colombian team, seems to see if they can
that ending here.
Put the team on their back and get a completion maybe for Colombia. They don't, but it's an 89% run. A great run for Colombia, as they already almost have an ending attempt and currently hold the lead.
Yeah. But Zian, following in Sion's footsteps here, this is gonna give Argentina the lead once this attempt concludes. This could potentially be the completion as well, which means that Argentina will put up our first 2 completions.
There you go. There's a completion from John.
Apu looking to follow suit. Also in this final ship here, now at the wave. See if Apu is able to pull this off and get that double completion for Argentina, which would be huge and put them at over completions difference over Colombia right now. We'll see if Apu is able to clutch it out. Yep, that's going to be our third.
There you go, another completion for Argentina. And we can see
now,
that once that piles up here, we'll register here in a moment. Just have to run a refresh, I guess. There you go. As we can see, Argentina now has themselves a decent lead to start.
Yep. 337-point lead in this first 5 minutes of the match here. Although we do have a couple players at Qual. Specifically want to take a look at Gekura. Currently at that final wave and died. I cursed this.
Maybe 87%. Unfortunate run, but also very solid to get that far into the level.
Some points on the board is always good. It's going to help close the gap that they really need, because Guatemala is ahead by a little bit right now. With this attempt from Cadrian, they will actually pull ahead. We'll see if Cadrian's able to pull out a completion here and finally break this Argentinian completion streak. At that last wave, we'll see if...
There's a completion from Jean.
However,
so...
that is 4 completions in a row for Argentina, but will it be 5 before someone else gets one? Cajun's gonna get the black orb, and that's gonna be completion.
There you go. There's a completion for Uruguay Bolivia here. That changes changes quite a lot, actually.
Yep, that puts them not only ahead of Guatemala but Colombia as well.
Right now, Argentina is actually in a decent position to potentially be first overall on this table here. Argentina made the quarterfinals of the 2024 GD World Tournament, nearly knocking off France, in which is still one of my favorite matches I've ever seen. They were literally almost every single match, like the first 3 rounds, all were like by like less than a completion, but they were all in France's favor, so they won basically. But they were so close. Then in 2024 or 2025, Argentina missed the GD World Tournament, but we'll see if this year they will be able to qualify.
Currently on pace to rectify that mistake, doing really good. Like you mentioned, could be our first place team if they keep up this pace. I want to take a look at the other players really quickly, though. This doesn't look like anyone's too far. We've got Barrisons and Xenon in the wave. Cadrian is approaching that second qual, though, so maybe you want to keep your eyes on Cadrian, see what this player's able to do. This attempt will put them ahead of Colombia again. Although it does also depend on how much further Xenon.
Well, you can see Xenon did just die here, so there's that to take into account as well.
That means Uruguay and Bolivia will be taking that.
Yeah, with this Cadrian run here. Maybe a bit of a surprise here, because they finished like dead. They were actually unable to even finish the America's Cup, but at the moment they are in second place.
And if I recall correctly, that's Cadrian's second completion.
I believe so. That puts Uruguay Bolivia in a better position here. You can see Xenon is looking to see if he can add any more to the score. Does get some points. Giano is at the end here, and honestly at this point, if you're Argentina, I feel like you're playing for the overall lead right now, more so than the people around you. So what that score is, like 3,000 something that they need? 3,052 from Bulgaria.
I mean, as of right now in this match, it's currently Argentina.
John gets a completion.
John gets a completion. Apu is on a pretty decent attempt of his own. Let's see if they could potentially pick up that double completion. I believe they did get it the first time, but it was pretty spread apart. This one will be even more so if it does come through. Either way, these points going to be good. Argentina has 6.5 minutes to get just over 3,000 points, which again they're currently on pace to do, especially with this attempt from Apu, which well, Apu goes down. I was about to say might be a completion because the players don't really seem to be struggling with the ending, but Apu does go down. Regardless, more points is more points. Always gonna be happy with that.
Such a tight game here between Uruguay, Bolivia, and Colombia, with Kadrian looking to make it a larger lead for this Uruguay-Bolivia team. They have so far gone on, scoring more than I guess probably a decent amount of people would have expected out of them, but it's worth to see what will come of that. There's a completion from Kadrian here. Yeah, Kadrian.
I think the third. Personally, I had no idea what to expect.
Currently, it's between them and Apu for MVP.
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention, actually. I believe the MVP is just over 2,100.
Yeah, I don't think Apu's passing that. We'll see, though.
It
maybe.
Doesn't look like it. I don't actually know if it's...
If they beat it like every single time from here on out, then I think they could do it. Yeah.
This attempt and then doesn't die, yeah. But it's going to need to be pixel perfect.
I think it's possible, and that would be like $10 reward that I added a few days ago, so...
Oh, I really need that $10. I got MVP tomorrow.
I feel like the Champions invite also has meaning to it as well. And there you go, there's a completion.
Yep.
More points for Argentina.
Now, do you want to call some attention over to Yoyi on a decent attempt here in the
59 here.
And dies. Guatemala falling behind a little bit right now, but crucially, they are within a completion of Colombia. So I would not say this round is over yet for them. And any points are good points. Remember, these are not the only teams they are competing against. I believe there are 18 other teams.
19 or 18 other teams.
19,
so that would mean, well, no, wouldn't it be 15 other teams? Because there's 4 here, so then there's 15 others. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is also true, yeah. 15 other teams here, so any points you get are good points. There's a lot of teams to pass here. Although I believe the lowest was Finland with 11,100.
Yep, Colombia's just about to pass that. With I think this XQ run will surpass.
Yeah, with this run from XQ it should be done. Guatemala on pace to do so as well. They really need a couple more decent attempts here.
Last year, Colombia had absolutely terrible match days 1 and 2. But they managed to win outright match day 3 and have everything else go their way, and they advance to the next round. It was actually insane. In fact, I just gotta send you an image of this. I gotta send you an image of how this, how these standings looked like, because this is like probably the most insane table we're ever gonna have.
See that there is the completion from Apu. Was going to mention potentially the double completion, but Xian does go
check your DMs, Spaghetti.
Check that. Xenon currently on a pretty good run as well. Oh, holy. There's no way. That's the clutch of the century. Xenon on a very good attempt here. Going to be approaching that third qual.
Yeah, will this be a completion? No, it won't be. And Uruguay, Bolivia is pulling a bit ahead now. I mean...
Yeah, we did have the rivalry going on for quite some time. But yeah, it looks like Uruguay and Bolivia are just kind of running away with it here. XQ does get 59. It's going to be more points on the board for Colombia. Close that gap a little bit. Now 128 between these two teams. Argentina at this point, I don't even think can lose to any of them. So I'll look over when they get the completions, but you know they've basically sealed the deal at this point. Apu's on a very good attempt.
Yeah, but the main thing is that I mean, at this point, this completion would put them in like total prime position to take the overall lead.
Yeah, they just need like a dry cough,
and I think on paper, you could say Argentina's like the best team left. Like it's probably like them and like maybe Russia, like are like the two bests. So Apu gets a completion.
Yep, could be the double completion if Xian is able to close this out. I believe we've seen one ending death, so not too common. And yeah, Xian's gonna get it. So that means with that completion, that's gonna put Argentina in first
Yeah,
place.
they're
for the
gonna
time
take the first place for the time being. So Argentina already off to a great start, as they did. They were in the same round last year, and they finished first overall in that round last year. So they probably are just like the best of the rest. Like that's their claim to fame.
That's the motto right now. And
Yeah.
yet another qualifying attempts. But yeah, at this point, gonna be up to the teams in the, I believe, next 2 matches, because we do have one on Saturday for Chill Putty still, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, there is like one more match between like 4 more or 3 more teams. Yeah.
See if they
We
can
have
take that
Russia,
2-0
Belarus, and
crown from
Yugoslavia.
Argentina. Yeah. Apu's gonna be on that attempt to the last ship, as well as Sinon. I believe this completion from Sinon would put them ahead of Uruguay and Bolivia for the time being, but the attempt from Cadrian would just put them back. Cadrian just gets a little further. But keeping it close here, we'll see if Colombia is able to pull away with this.
Got 94 from Sinon.
However,
Apu gets a completion.
Apu picks up another completion. I think if Apu gets another completion or just like another really good attempt, then Apu will actually get MVP, at least for the time being.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they've been like totally on a roll here, and they're going to take advantage of this, like not too long left on the clock. Undeafeners, get ready to, undeafen on, check my stream. And then for
final attempt from Cadrian here, not going to be able to get another one, but is going to end on the completion.
All right, Cadrian is now done.
Oh my god, I just closed the stream. You see, Xian goes down. It's gonna be your final attempt. Good job. Gekura is also done.
But Apu is on a 4 in a row, going on 5 if he can do this one. XQ is now done.
We'll see.
All right, XQ has wrapped it up. Yoyi has been done. Yep.
Okay.
Now same for. Now same for Veracent. And we're gonna see, will Apu get it?
Oh, Sinon is probably
yeah,
done.
Sinon has been done, so is Gekura.
Okay. So, this is gonna be Apu with our final
Hadrian as well has been done. I don't know why he's like still playing. But it's the only one that counts is gonna be this Apu one, if it's gonna be a completion, and it is the completion! Apu ends it on 5 in a row to put much more points for Argentina here, and
so that's going to be
what a run to start. We can see the final scores here. We have Guatemala got 1,305, Colombia got 1,811, Uruguay, Bolivia got 2,083, and Argentina got 3,755 points. Far and away the highest score we've had today. So,
and not only that, but Apu is going to take over Organ Seller as our.
Apu probably keep after this. Probably keep playing. See how many more in a row you can get, because you're on 5. Actually, what was the most you had going into practice? You able to say, or what? Say in like chat or something? Well.
Well, maybe we will get that information at a later date, unless it's being typed up right now. Oh no, it is being typed. How many completions did you have before the match?
Yeah, and also how many in a row was... Yeah, how many in a row was your most? At the moment, you are on track to be the MVP if nobody else passes you for the rest of this level.
3
in a row. So before the match you only had 3 in a row, and you have 5 in a row right now. So see how many more you can get, I guess. And then we'll head to break. I'll see you all after the break.
Like, don't forget.
Hello,
Costa Rica,
everybody.
Spain, right?
Welcome to the final group of the day, and then there is still another group on the level, but will be not for a bit after this. So we have Costa Rica, we have Caribbean, and we have Mexico. You can see we have a new graphic for Caribbean. I found out apparently this is the official flag of like the Caribbean Alliance, so I'm gonna use it now. Anyways,
That was just a random island emoji.
No, that's what I use for the emoji, but for the actual extreme graphic, I have something different now. So, yeah.
Ooh, like I would see that.
Anyways, everybody, we're gonna get started. Go to level select, get the level refreshed, and I'm gonna start the timer. Alright, we will be beginning the match in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we have begun what is going to be our last match of... Oh, you started? There you go.
Yes. We had some very interesting developments in our last match. The score to beat if you want that first rank for the time being is going to be 3,755, with Argentina taking the lead over... I still don't remember the name of the country in second.
It's Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, right.
Bulgaria. Damn.
So we'll see how.
Got in the third person today here. So you can bring a little bit of. We have two sides of the story. So I guess I'm gonna have to root for Mexico then, because we have obviously Cold Spaghetti from the Caribbean team, and we have Alex Nomas from Costa Rica. So I'm gonna root for Mexico then.
And Patrick from Mexico.
Yeah, apparently now from Mexico. Bro, I remember people said I was like so biased towards Mexico because of the 2024 GD World Tournament. Mexico played Brazil and they won a game by 5 frames, but we initially called it a Brazil win, and then we like went back and changed it. So because we realized, so all like the Brazilians were saying that I was like secretly Mexican.
Alec can't be more biased than me. My favorite team's sitting right in the middle.
Damn.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm not gonna.
All right. Well.
We got Doritos just reached qualifying. Nico is in the 70s in the beautiful rainbow ship. We were talking about that earlier, actually. Super cool.
Yeah, it is. That part has like kind of what if I would have seen that if this was like a 1.9 level. It's not, but if it was, it'd be like the coolest thing ever.
Nico goes down, very much to Alex's dismay. Ali plays in the 70s, could be getting that third call. We'll see if Ali's able to pick up our first completion.
Doritos is still on the rainbow ship, dude. Okay.
Oh, yes. I didn't see that. Doritos also in the rainbow ship. Could maybe be 2 completions here.
Yeah, a little bit of a close game between Costa Rica and Caribbean here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Ali plays gets a completion. Now, what about Doritos? He does not. He gets 95. And now the margin of victory, the margin is right now 3 points that Costa Rica is ahead of Caribbean by.
Yep. And with this attempt from Nico, that lead is only going to expand. We'll see how far Nico's able to get. Perhaps even claiming redemption for that death at 90. Oh, never mind.
No.
Lady Period still collecting orbs. Just got 37%. That will put some more points on the board for Mexico, who currently is a bit far behind, but nothing you can't make back. We'll see what they're able to do. Sinusoidal going to be approaching that second qual. Ali Place just reached that first qual. With these attempts, it looks like the Caribbean will be pulling ahead of Costa Rica for the time being, especially as both Costa Rican players seem to be stuck in the beginning. There is also an attempt to the 40s from Alderan going to be approaching that second qual. Although I do want to call attention over to Sinusoidal once again, who is going to be approaching.
Well, this is important because they haven't scored a lot of points yet, but this could be a difference maker here for the Caribbean.
Yep.
Ali plays also at the ending.
Perhaps a double completion on the horizon. We'll find out soon.
Well, there's one.
Sinusoidal is going to close it out. That's the completion. We'll see if Ali can follow up. Also dies to 90. That is our second death to 90.
We have a synced attempt between Dorito and Ali Place here.
Yeah. Alderaan also dies to the ending. So there's 3 ending deaths now, I think. In the last match, I think there's only 1. So already a lot more ending deaths than the last one. We'll see if that ends up being a continued trend for these players. In terms of player progress, Nico is currently the furthest in the 50s. Going to be approaching that second qual, is now past it, and we'll see how much more died. I think that's the second time I've done that to Nico. However, Sinusoidal has reached that first qual. Ali Place is going to be approaching that second qual soon, and Alderaan did just put some points on the board. Going to be good for Mexico because, as I mentioned earlier, they are falling behind, and the gap between them, at least in the Caribbean, is seeming to expand. I'd imagine Costa Rica may start pulling ahead soon here too, with this attempt from Nico, which will probably reach qual.
So we reach the first third of the match is about to end. Sinusoidal is heading towards the ending here. This will be a last qualifying attempt for them. And while they had started off super cold, as it normally tends to be, they are going to pick it back up. They do not get a second completion, but still a late attempt here.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't seen this earlier. I didn't actually know this was possible. I have played Chill Buddy a little bit, but I'm pretty sure Sinusoidal died to a transition bug at the end.
That's unfortunate there, but what about Nico? What will Nico be able to do? Gets a death here, and so I think another thing worth mentioning, we should start talking about not necessarily the lead, but the top 6. Right now, the top 6 line is at Belgium with 2,688 points. So now, granted, that's not taking into account the teams that have yet to play. If you get if you get top 3, you're guaranteed to be in the top 6. You're guaranteed to be in the top 6 going into the second level, which to do that, you have to beat Germany's 2,990. So that could be a goal for a lot of teams. Caribbean has a decent shot of reaching that, actually. As you can see, they're already pretty close to the halfway mark, and obviously teams tend to score more in the second half than the first, and for a few reasons. One, people just generally have more confidence later on, but also there's the fact that you can play after the clock hits 0, which sometimes gives you like way more time.
Yeah, I myself am a complete the level with 0 seconds left to merchant. I do that in my practice runs. I did it on Love Zero. I do it all the time.
There's a third qual run from Ali Plays.
Yep. However, Nico going to be getting that response. We'll see if Nico can pick up that completion, which would be very well earned, because I think Nico's died to the ending 3 times now. Very unfortunate story. I think if these completions were coming through as a 4th death to the ending comes through, they'd have a lot more points on the board. However, it is enough to keep them ahead of Mexico for the time being, although this attempt from Alderaan could help to close that gap. We'll see if Alderaan can pick up the completion, or at least reach that third qual. We've also got both players from the Caribbean, Sinusoidal and Ali Plays, past that first qual, with Sinusoidal approaching the second, and Ali Plays to follow. Alderaan did pass that third qual, but unfortunately goes down at the wave. That is going to be more points on the board for Mexico, though, which will help because I believe they're currently in dead last.
Yeah, this is unfortunately the case for them. It seems like the level's not giving them much of a fun time.
Yeah. If Mexico
Ali Plays heading towards the ending. Does get a death, though. It's still a good run. What about Sinusoidal is at the ending here for themselves for this Caribbean team? And this could be quite a few points for them. It's not a completion, but again, it's still a solid run. They're at 1,725 points now, with
all I'm saying is,
with a pretty good shot of getting the top 3 placement, potentially top 2. We'll see. If they're at 2,000 by the time it hits 5 minutes, then they'll be on pace to like match Bulgaria's score.
Yeah, the Caribbean could very much do it. I have noticed all of a sudden Alex Nomas joins the call and no one can do the ending anymore.
Yeah.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Oh. I mean,
you have something to say for yourself.
I want to cry.
However, we've got another very strong attempt from Ali Plays here. Going to be passing that third qual. potentially getting the completion or dying to the ending for like the 9th time in this match. We'll see what oh, died. Okay, however, we do have Nico past that second qual now, approaching that third, also died. We do have Sinusoidal and Alderin past that first qual now, with Sinusoidal and Alderin both approaching that second qual now, currently on pace to do so. And hopefully these attempts are good, because they didn't die as soon as I mentioned them. We will see. They've both passed the second qual now. Alderin will go down to, I believe, 57, but Sinusoidal is still going. See if he can reach that third qual, put some more points on the board for the Caribbean. I believe, to my understanding, debut match for Sinusoidal. So, could be making a bit of a statement here with a very strong performance. We'll see. This could be the completion. Just a little bit left to go. Seems to be the beginning of the ending that the players are struggling with. So, yep, that's going to be the completion for Sinusoidal. Does that last click very well. With that, the Caribbean is going to be, or is going to have, over 2,000 points. We've got another strong attempt coming through from Ali Place as well. Going to be approaching that ending soon. However, both players from Costa Rica have reached that qual. Doritos passing that second qual, but we'll see if Ali Place is able to get this ending attempt. After that, we can look over at the players for Costa Rica, as well as Alderin, who's approaching that second qual. The completion is going to come through from Ali Place. I now want to place my attention on both players from Costa Rica, as Doritos has now passed that third qual and is on an attempt to the ending. We'll see if Doritos can pick up that completion in response. Nico is unfortunately going to go down, and Doritos is going to follow. However, that is going to be more points.
Something interesting to mention is that Caribbean has 2,405 points, which, and like, they're about to reach like the second half. They are on pace to be just short of Argentina if they keep doing what they're doing, which is crazy.
Yeah, the Caribbean, if they pass, I think it's Belarus, they have 2,688.
Bulgaria. Belarus is on tomorrow morning. Alderin gets a completion for Mexico, though. Here's a
okay.
There's some points for Mexico.
That's going to be huge for them. One thing I do want to call attention to, the scores to beat for Mexico right now, I believe the current bottom is Finland with 1,154. Or no, there's another team as well. But that one's Costa Rica, so they're going to pull ahead in points now. So they could at least pass Finland here, which would at least help their position a little bit. As mentioned before, there's going to be another 16 teams that Mexico's competing against here. So any points you get are good points, even if you can't beat the teams that are currently on the screen here. Anything's going to help, especially since we have 3 levels as well, instead of, I think, the 2 from the earlier qualifiers. I believe there were some far attempts that I missed. However, we do have Doritos, who's currently on an attempt to the ending. We'll see if Doritos can pick up that completion. I believe died to the ending the last time they got here. So we'll see if Doritos can get some redemption. Has passed the... but dies, I think, 95 for Green Orb. Unfortunate. However, Costa Rica is going to pull ahead of Finland.
Yep.
With that score now.
That's going to put them...
a couple other teams as well, although it doesn't look like the live standings are updated.
That sheet's a little bit off. Mine is definitely accurate. They're getting close to passing Spain and seem like they should be able to pass Colombia. Norway might be a tougher ask, but we'll just have to see about that one.
We'll see what they're able to do. We are approaching our final 2 minutes of this match now.
One thing I never mentioned about Costa Rica that I find really interesting is that this is the first time they've played since they participated in the level race test, where they managed to upset New Zealand, which was one of the more entertaining streams I've put on, just in the fact that all the matches were close and had a pretty shock win there. The champions of the Asia-Oceania region, granted, maybe not in level racing, but still, that's still quite an upset to be able to take that. Ali Place gets a completion. They're now going to be in position to possibly be able to get this second place spot here. Just a minute 28 left. But Sinusoidal also could actually get to the second. Yeah, I mean, we could see here, there's a completion from Sinusoidal. That's going to be second place for you. There you go. Second place guaranteed for now, at least not counting like the Russians and such
Right.
for tomorrow,
We'll
but
see how things play out.
at least that does guarantee that you'll be in qualifying position going into the second level, because the lowest place you could be is 5th right now.
Precisely. I think technically still possible to pass Argentina. But
Oh, right, because if Ali beats this, they might have time actually to get another attempt in here.
Yeah.
They would have to.
However,
you would have to have Ali go back to back, and Encino Soto beat it this attempt, or have like both of them die pretty soon. It would be incredible. Ali gets a death. Might not be the worst possible outcome.
I think. Yeah, that's not bad. However,
We just have 20 seconds here. Nico gets a completion for Costa Rica. That is going to vault them above Colombia. We just have 10 seconds left.
It does look like this is going to be Sainu Sono's final attempt, unless he dies in like 1 second. Although by now, probably not. Okay, it does die. So
Sainu Sono got it in time, I believe, right?
Alderin is done because did get in time. Alderin is done. Did go down, unfortunately, just a bit too late. Doritos is also going to be done. So we've got our final 4 players here, ladies. Ali
is now all set here. There's just going to be up to Sainu Soto here and Nico.
Yep, we'll see what these 2 players are able to do. Nico is going to be approaching that second qual, with Sainu Soto approaching the first. Ali, you are done, by the way.
Yeah, Ali's been done. Yeah, this doesn't count. But it's just going to be up to Nico and Sainu Soto. A completion from Costa Rica would put them above Norway, so this actually does have quite a few implications. In regards to placement, this would actually be massive for them if they could get a completion here. If I'm not mistaken, though, nothing short of they don't beat it. I don't think that's going to give them any points. I don't think that helps them at all.
I think that's going to be both players going down. So that's going to be it for this one.
And so that puts Costa Rica. Oh no! It puts them above Norway by 1 point.
What the fuck? What?
2039 Costa Rica, 2038 Norway.
No fucking way. No fucking way. Nico, son la verga.
Ali shouldn't be at 1913. They did one more attempt and it added to their score. They should be at 1875.
Yeah, wait.
The placement will be the same, but yeah, the points.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you guys had that. Okay.
Wait, Alex 38 counted, I thought, because I see the time label here.
No. Well, Ali died. Well, I don't know if Ali's last attempt scored anything, but I know Ali died.
Yeah, there was a 46 attempt that shouldn't count.
It didn't show. I don't see the 46. I don't see a 46 on our score sheet though.
It updated on. They like died and then they got points, unless that was just a really bad time to refresh.
I think it was, but that is definitely that run is not there. I can tell you the score you see right here is the score that that happened. That'll be it for the stream. I'll do a bit of like a, before we sign off, I'll put ourselves on break time so you could see what the scores look like overall. But we still have 3 teams left. We have Belarus, Russia, and Yugoslavia. Besides those 3 teams, the current standings go 16th Finland, 15th Mexico. Yeah, by the way, with that last attempt, that put Mexico above Finland. So 15th Mexico, 14th Guatemala, 13th Spain, 12th Colombia, 11th Norway, 10th Costa Rica, 9th Uruguay, Bolivia, 8th Denmark, 7th Belgium, 6th Ireland, 5th Baltics, 4th Germany, 3rd Bulgaria, 2nd Caribbean, and 1st Argentina. These results aren't finalized, but the worst you could be is 3 places lower than what I mentioned. So congrats to everybody, and we are going to sign off. I'll head on break so you guys could all see the standings for yourself. And yeah, thanks for watching.
System engaged. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action. System engaged. Taking evasive action.